morning. It's good morning in Malaysia.
Yeah, good morning or good evening. We don't know where you are, but we are happy to see you.
Yes.
It's been a very short time since the last class.
Yeah, we didn't sleep enough.
No, but that's fine.
It's interesting in a virtual week that you have the same hours as in a normal, you don't sleep that much.
Yeah. We hope you're staying safe and you're doing well. And that's going to be the third day of our virtual level weekend. And we're going to do 2 hours of classes. And then maybe a little bit of 2.5 hours of classes.
Exactly. 2 classes.
Yes, so first 1.5 hour of Balboa crash course, and then 1 hour of level up. And then we might put on a little bit of DJ music so you can practice with us and dance.
Half an hour or so. And today we are going back to Europe.
Yeah, hopefully we're keeping our fingers crossed. We really need to leave the country as soon as possible because you never know what's going to happen and if they close the borders for an indefinite time. So we would try to escape Asia and return home safely. And then we're going to broadcast the...
I'm not sure how safe it is in Sweden though. I think it's the same situation. But it's nice to be
home.
Unsafe at home,
Yeah, so the second part of the weekend going to be we're moving it to the next week, and it's great because the weekend turns into 2 weeks and you have time to practice what we have already given to you.
Okay, and so enough with that. We're going to have some warm up. I'm going to put on a song. You take the space. We're going to do this. We have some music. Just follow us, yeah? Okay. Go a little bit louder. Let's start with a little bit of salt. Arms. Go.
We're together as we walk on by, and we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me stay for the record. We're giving love in a family dog. We are family. Ooh, how deep in you and the things you do. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, hey, hey. Get up, y'all. Ha. Oh,
Okay.
hey, hey, hey.
One,
I got my sisters with me.
three,
Everybody.
4,
Hey, hey, hey.
5,
Hey, hey, hey.
6,
Hey, hey, hey.
7,
Get up and sing it to
One more.
me.
and one more.
Oh, yeah. We're having fun. Life is just begun for me.
Okay, you're done.
Me and my family.
I hope you are warm and a little bit, smiling after this fun warm up with Andreas. I'm a little bit injured, so I can't really do 100% of what he does, but I was with you. Are you out of breath a little bit?
No, it's okay. I'm doing some water.
Okay.
Take some water if you have around.
Yeah.
Good.
And we're starting, right?
Yeah, we're starting.
Okay, so the first hour is the crash course. It's the third lesson of the crash course, so pure beginners, or if you just want to refresh the basics of Balboa, join in.
So we're going to start with just going through what we did in our first class first. They give you a song, your first class first, give you a song, and then we're going to go through what we did in the second class, and we'll give you others.
So you have time to also social dance and refresh what we have done.
So the first class, we started with solo. We started with slows and quicks, and we did 1-8 slow, 1-8 quicks, 5, 6, 7, and slow, 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 quick, 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 smooth, slow, 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 quick, 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 quick.
And then we did the basic quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow.
We didn't need bass, but you can do travel and stuff.
Slow, quick, quick, slow. We did the apple basic, or actually just the apples. Apples, 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 apples,
Sounds like
apples,
apples.
apples.
Full step, full step, full step, full step, full step.
And the apple basic as well. So quick, quick, up, down, quick, quick, up, down. I hope you are doing it together with us, just very quickly.
When you can place, you can move. We did it in place.
And then we also did the come around, which is a basic, downhill basic in the rotation.
Before you go into that, I was just going to say, when it comes to the slows, quicks, the downhill basic with uphill basic, keep the pelvis all the time and keep stepping down with also the heel when you step. It's one of the things that happen a lot in Balboa, that people have the feeling that you should dance with chokes, but people really do that. You're very low into the ground. You really step down.
And there was a come around when we did basic rotational rate, which looks like this: 5, 6, 7,
Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow.
quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about how to rotate around an imaginary pole, as if we were in a pole dancing studio. Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. So we add rotation on both sides of our flags. Okay? But altogether, if you have often, it's slow, 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 quick, 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 slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Single time basic. Full step, full step, full step, full step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 6. 1, 3. Up hold this.
And they come around. And quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow.
We did it through our down hold basic. Quick, quick, down, quick, quick, down. Yeah.
So that is all. So half a song, practice a little bit, either solo or in couple.
We're back on? Awesome.
Yeah.
Good warm-up.
Yeah, we just wanted to remind you, if you want us to see you, please put on a video so that while we play the music, we can come up to the screen and watch you dancing and maybe comment a little bit or give you feedback on what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah.
I love how your dress is, Nick. The colors of your dress really looks nice together.
Okay.
Especially with me. Look. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk a little bit about what we did
in the second class,
when
we went from the closed position into open position and did some lawless.
Which reminds me that we need to mention something about the connection in the first position as well, even though you already tried it, some of you. So the things we think about is having a little bit of open side here. We think about trying to be relaxed. See, arms pretty low, elbows are pointing down. Follower's arm, so I can move my arm so it's not too low. Otherwise, it's up to you, right? So, breathe out. And
breathe in.
Yes. So the idea here is not to have to hold each other with the arm, but to have a connection that both provide equally much. Sometimes it's good to try to do just slow steps and see if you can do them together. Both keeping the connection. Then you can put the arms back. Just practice that. That's a good exercise you can do.
If you have a partner right now by your side. If you don't have a partner, you just keep working solo. No problem with that. So let's move on to the second class. Very quick revision. One more song and then we'll move on to the new material.
So we did lollies. We did lollies with another rotation, with pivoting, or with a less rotation. And we also talk about what happens because we need a follow. So sometimes we don't add any rotation at all.
Sounds like a disco step.
So if I lead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lead rotation, without rotation, and it's basically me just moving my body. That's how I lead. Up, 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 up. No rotation, and so on. Okay?
Yeah. Let's move on.
You're really.
Yeah.
Move on. So look, we want to do a little bit of repetition, just so you have one more dance.
Yeah, let's look at the whole entrance and exit from Lollies. So I'm gonna come around.
So we did quick, quick, slow,
quick, tap, tap, tap.
When we exit,
we do stretch and quick, slow.
And
Quick, slow.
inside curl. Quick, slow. Yeah. So we have the entrance, we have the exit. We also talked a little bit about sliding. So you can do a kick from the knee.
Or you can do this sweep with a longer, sweepier contact with the floor.
And the kicks fit really well. It's an individual step. You need to have a little rotation to do them, especially on this side. But it's an individual step. But the sweep is a lead rotation. Sweep. Where I add a little bit of angle in the butt.
Yeah. And then also in the Lollies, we talked about that you can not just do Lollies on the spot, but you can also travel with Lollies. It can be traveling forward, or it can be when you in the center and your partner is moving around you. This is me in the center doing Lollies, or your partner in the center and you imagine like you are walking around your partner. Yes?
It's a little bit of a geometry lesson, really, to be able to be really clear. Either you stay in the spot, you follow around you, or you pop around you, or you travel. So with more music, try to play with in the beginning, try to just do the entrance and the exit. And then when you feel a little bit warm, the close and the siding, and then different kind of geometrical patterns.
Half a song.
We're gonna go together with you. So we have.
And if you want to see us, remember, switch on the video.
We're back. So that was what we did during the first 2 hours of this crash course. And now we have 1.5 hours, or actually not a full 1.5 hours left. But we're going to continue to work on what we did and continue with throw-outs. So the throw-out is also called toss-out, or in the US, it's more toss-out is a more common word. I think in Europe, throw-out.
And maybe just for you to show what it looks like.
There's also other names, but we'll go into that another time. So the throw-out is all of these. I think you've seen that. You can have many different arms and footwork. You can do this. So all of these are examples of throw-outs. Yeah? So what we're going to do is that we're going to go through and start doing it from a nollie position, and then move on and do different kind of arms, so you get a little bit more acquainted to it. You have to practice though. This is
yeah, they're actually here to practice.
Yeah, but you have to practice after the class too, because it's a tricky move and it requires.
Yeah, and then footwork-wise, it's going to be more different. So the leader's footwork from the follow's footwork, it's definitely like a lot different. But we're going to show you separately solo, so no worries.
So the first thing we're going to do is to do a come round into those 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 3.
Oh, straight into nollie.
Yeah. So in nollie's position, we end up here. Yeah. Now we're going to take away this hand and then like this.
Yeah, so just holding on the follow's left and the leader's right, so like that.
So pay attention here. Elbow low, my hand on the side. I can feel your hand connecting with mine on that.
Yes. So the good way to practice this connection is actually to disconnect, or just to, if you don't have a partner, do like this, and then create 90-degree angle, and then this is how you connect.
So we're going to do this. We're going to have quick, slow, quick, hold. Basically, when we enter into the nollie position, I'm going to let go of my left leaders.
My right.
And we keep this connection, but the fact that we don't have this anymore makes us open up a little bit more than usual. One more time. 5, 6, 7, and quick, slow, quick. Yeah.
Yes. If you don't have a partner, how would you practice it?
I would do the same thing, just going quick, slow, keeping my arm low. Remember we talked about sliding down the arm as a preparation for going into nollies. Same thing applies here. We really need to be low.
So if you're a follow, then your footwork will look like this, starting with the right. We're going to come around to your right. It's going to be look like this. Quick, slow, and then I slide, open up. Yes, see how I shift it a little bit lower. Yes, and we're in body position with this connection.
And
if you're a leader,
as a clarification, so the footwork is completely the same as you did in the normal position. Exactly the same.
entrance and bodies.
So for the leaders, the footwork is quick, slow, quick, tap. So with counts, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And on 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the time where I slide the arm down into that 90-degree position.
So one more time, we do it solo.
5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3.
Slow, shoot,
5, 6, 7.
slide.
Okay, good. So one thing that differs here, because we lose this arm, is we move a little bit more.
We let go. We don't really lose the arm.
We don't lose the arm. It's still
Sorry, we're not native speakers, but we try to do our best.
it's a little bit more distance to each other. And this means that we're moving away from each other a little bit more. So if we do a normal round, 5, 6, 7, we would be here, right? Then do this version, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We will have a slightly little bit more distance.
Yeah, but it's not like that distance, right?
Still arm bends. Yeah.
Yes, bend arm and almost 90 degree. So with the music,
so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Well, and continue with lollies here. Just, and what I want to pay attention to here is if you have a partner, I want to feel a little bit of a connection with your hand on my elbow. And you're going to so you feel the stretch here. Yeah. It's like a one-arm lolly. Yeah.
Exactly. And to practice solo, if you don't have a partner, this pop turn or this open up, you could just find like something to hold on. It can be a door frame or a corner or I don't know, just a pole if you have a pole in your apartment. And just practice doing like this. This is the, let's imagine this is the door frame or a corner, and then I'm doing quick, slow, shoo, ooh, ah. And then at the end, I kind of connect, yes, remembering about the angle, and do some lollies.
How do you do as a leader?
Well, show.
So I'm going to go quick, slow, quick, tap, tap, tap. So I will connect with the hand. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So you mentioned it. We need to say the name of this figure we're going to do that is based on this connection. It's called pop turn. But we'll return to that later. Yeah. I'm going to put on music.
Who do you think is coming to town? You'll never guess who. Lovable, huggable Emily Brown. Miss Brown to you. What if the rain comes tumbling down? My heaven is blue. Can it be sending me Emily Brown? Miss Brown to you. I know her eyes will thrill ya, but go slow, oh, oh. Don't you all get too familiar? Why do you think she's coming to town? Just wait and you'll see. The lovable, huggable Emily Brown is baby to me.
And we are back. So I'm going to wait for Olga to come back in today.
I'm here.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit more about this position. You want to mention something about the arm?
Yes, so about the foremost right arm. So when I do the pop turn, check it out. What's happening is shoot. Yes. So what I'm trying to do with my right arm is to continue the movement. Yes. So the energy that the leader gives to me kind of passes through my whole body and reaches the fingertips here. Yes. So that'll be like this. Shoot. So I'm really aware of what's happening with my other arm that is not connected to my leader and trying to have a shape that is aesthetically appealing for me personally, yes, but it's also like a line that is a continuation of the movement, yes, or
keep it active. Keep it active. So show the lowest position here. Yeah. So you can see that there's a little bit of motion. You can also see that even though the hip is rotated, I'm making sure that my upper body stays with my partner. Yeah.
Looking is very important.
Yeah.
So when we are in this open hook turn position, we look at each other, because if I look somewhere else, then I would over rotate most likely. Yes, and
So far we haven't really done the pop drum because the pop drum requires an exit. So the exit from this position looks like this. So when we do the whole thing, we're going to break it down. I'm just going to show you the whole. So I have quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, whole step, quick, quick, slow. This is the pop drum, yeah?
Yes.
So what we're going to do now, basically, is that we are going into this position, but we're not staying here in the notice anymore. We're going to use the stretch, and I'm going to move forward, and we're basically going to change place.
And I'm going to turn to my left, face my leader,
Still an inside turn, and then we finish it by going back close. Okay? So just watch one more time. So we're here, 7, 8, quick, quick, slow. And that's the X. Yeah?
So footwork-wise, for the follows, we start here.
You need me?
Yeah, just stand there, yeah? So we are here on the tap count, with the tap count. We are here, I hope you are hearing me when I'm doing
Maybe turn like this.
No, but I want you to actually copy what I'm doing. So I'm going to say it's facing the camera so you can hear me well, and then I'm going to turn away and show. So we're going to be tapping on count 7, yes? 7, and then rotate to your left, step, 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 slow. So quick, 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 slow. One more time. 5, 6, 7, quick, 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 slow. Yeah? So it's basically, well, it depends how much, how the leader rotates you or how much energy is given, but it's almost like a full turn. Yeah?
Okay.
A little bit less.
So this is a lead figure, which means that you have to wait follower for the release to happen.
Quick, quick, slow.
And if you look closer now, you might see how that release happens. 7, 8, quick, quick, slow. Yeah? And the key here is to look at the footwork. So we're going to go through the leader's footwork. Now, we're here, 7. What I'm going to do on 8 is I'm going to take a big step. And at the same time, if you look at my right arm here, you can see that it leaves all that body. So we have 7, 8. And after that, we have a quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. And you let quick, quick, slow, we follow our turns. And I'm going in the opposite direction, so we are changing place. We start over here, 5, 6, 7, 8, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Count once. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after we go back into close, we're going to finish with a come round. So the whole thing counts is 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. We count. I should count properly. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes. So for the follows, direction-wise, if you're practicing solo, I would say it's almost like 180 degrees. So first you're watching this, and when you finish the turn, you're going to be facing the opposite direction. Yeah. So watching there, and a turn, watching there. Yeah.
I think as a follower here, please work with even if the dance is not 180 degrees all the time. Sometimes you turn less, more. It's good to actually work with direction. So you look at the wall, so you know where you are in space. It's a really good practice, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, having no partner can be very challenging, but at the same time, it develops you a lot because you become more aware of your body in space.
And that's the same for the leaders. Just make sure to 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you work with direction.
Yes.
So one more time, try with us for the 7.
I just wanted to mention also for the follows about your arms. So what's happening when you're turning? What are you doing with your arms? So watch what I'm doing here.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So without the leader, so you can see it better. My left arm, when I turn, I try to keep it in the same place, but once I'm finishing my turn and my leader picks me up, I need to readjust my left arm and put it back, yeah? So if you're practicing with a partner or solo, make sure that you remember that you have to readjust, yes? Like an imaginary little wave with your elbow, yeah, left elbow. So watch on 9, 7, 8, 1, 2, readjust, yeah?
So readjustment happens on the 2. So I think you have enough now to practice it with a little bit of slow music, and please share your video so we can watch you and give you feedback.
If you want to share.
Of course, we're not forcing you.
No, it's a victory.
So when we're back, we're going to give you a few more details.
Yes.
Every time it rains pennies from heaven. Don't you know that each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down, and begging for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't crawl under a tree. It's pennies from heaven for you and me. Every time that it rains pennies from heaven.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're back.
Now we're back. Yes.
So welcoming new people. Hello, hello, hello.
So for the one that just dropped in, if you just did that, we're working on a throw-out operation, or one of the throw-outs you have in the family throw-outs. It's called pop turn.
If you have questions, make sure that you write them, and our assistant Alex is helping us.
Assistant, organizer, caretaker, everything.
Yes.
And our hero.
Many people in one. Yeah.
So yeah, ask question. It's good. We're happy to answer. So why is it called pop turn?
Why is it a pop turn?
Yeah, because nothing, like I sometimes say in class, nothing really pops in a pop turn. It's
But you kind of open up, you know, like a popcorn, you know, like open up.
Yeah.
Because you really hear.
But it's a very, the release, you're gonna see it a little bit more close. is very relaxed. Yeah, it's not as strong of a connection as maybe the word pop turn would you know. Probably.
Yeah. So, and on that note, leaders, you don't have to add any extra muscle energy or
Let's move forward and release the arm.
Absolutely, yes. And if you're a follower and practicing solo, I just want to remind us again. So paying attention to where your arm is, so the angle and how you readjust and how you, again, this is closed position, this is open position connection, this is readjustment. So really, when you dance it by yourself, try to focus a little bit more on your upper body, breathe, and yes, just check all of these, important shapes in the arms.
So one thing that is really important in this position is the pickup. So we're going to show you a little bit close first. 7, 8, a 1. So you notice here, the 1, lift this arm a little bit, is here. And it's basically with the fingers starting to connect with Olga's side here. If we continue to the 2, it's here.
So you can see the hand of a leader slides a little bit from
the
here.
1 to the 2.
And then while I feel my leader reconnected with me, I do this readjustment. Yes.
So the early connection means that we both have time, we really can feel that redirection coming early. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that is super important for the followers to know when we're going to exit. Yeah. And I can also use a little bit of your energy to turn myself. So when we are in this position, 7, 8, a 1, 2, we walk into a little bit of a stretch on that 2.
Yeah, that means that we, on 2, we have quite a lot of distance before we close in. This is like an out, and then we have the in, actually.
Yeah. And that gives you plenty of time to move the arm up. It gives an early warning for the redirection. So when we lead in on 3 here, 1, 2, 3, we don't have to walk in by ourselves as followers. It's a led step.
Yes, and when Andres mentioned that the pickup is early, that will be as early as count 1. So 1, this is the...
The 1 is when we touch the shoulders, yeah?
Yeah, so 1, first contact, 2, sliding into the out position,
and then
3, it's closing in.
And this is where we finish with the camera. So a little bit more distance, show it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, connect, and slide back into turns. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, connect, slide in. Okay. So important details that you can work on, even though you know the pop turn already. So let's do half a song more, just to go in a little bit.
Do we have any questions, Alex? No. Okay.
Oh,
there is one question, so let's take it.
Does Andreas think about the other arm too?
Yes, good question. Does Andreas think about the other arm? As a leader, I do. This arm here, I'm choosing not, I'm initiating movement. So I don't have really any energy in this direction. I'm not going to like swing it out unless I want to style it or do something with it, you know?
Unless you want to do something
So
funny.
what I do usually think is I try to think that I want to keep my hands active, so I don't want to like let it die. I want to keep it up. My Lindy Hop teacher once told me in the beginning of my dancing career that think about keeping something in your hand, like an orange or something, you know, so you keep your fingers active. I think that might help. But I'm not gonna do any specific movements, like, you know, following through, because I'm not finishing the movement and initiating it as a leader.
So with that said, have a song more, practice, and follow these details.
Yeah.
We have one more question. Okay.
Well, let's do a song. We can do the question later. Yeah.
Okay. So a song first, and what you play.
It's for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
All right, we're back. Good job, everyone. We can see you.
You look awesome.
Yes.
I like it. It's so fun to see how creative you are with pillows, with chairs, with everything, when you don't have a partner.
Yes.
So we had a really good question.
Yeah, the question was about, actually coming from the follow, how do I adjust the arm connection if I'm dancing with a super tall leader, yeah? And it's not only about following adjusting the arm, it's actually more about the leader. We're going to show it.
So we put some props in, and I'm going to be illustrating a very, very tall leader dancing with a short follower, yeah?
Yes.
So, if you notice here, if I wouldn't be adjusting, it would be quite uncomfortable for you, right? So what I need to do is that I need to adjust as much as I can.
So it's the leader adjusting to the height of the follow and putting the arm lower, so almost like straight sometimes can be, right? So the main idea to find the center, yes, on the side. And then as a follow, I don't keep it here, so I might keep it a little bit lower. So for me, as a follow, I think my elbow pointing down, yes, and just connecting. So maybe my connection will look like this, not like 90 degrees, but a little bit like that. But I never raise my elbow too much, yes, so it's pointing into the floor, yes, and connecting like it. So look, like this, see? Just, it's less of the 90-degree angle, but I'm not really like changing the spot. I'm not reaching for that.
So for me, when I dance with somebody, what I can do is, first of all, I can go lower with my arm. So instead of having this angle, like the same as you, I can change it. So it's a little bit more deeper. I don't want to lean over. So if I dance with somebody really, really short, I just want to, you know, make arms as low as possible, still stand straight in my body, and make the most of it. I would even do that I would avoid certain figures just because it's not comfortable for me or my partner.
Yes. Thank you for the question. Do we have any more questions, Alex? Yes.
Well,
Have a question? So what is the question?
In the count 2 out, when they're reconnected with a stretch, through the count 3 in, is the follow who goes closer to the lead or 50-50?
Yeah.
So,
Good question. So one more time, the question so that you can hear.
all right, can I take it?
Yes.
So the question is about the last movement from the 2 to the 3, right? Where we finish the whole move. So we have 1, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3. This position. So in that position,
What is the question?
that's yes. I'm going to take the question. In that position, we have a lead and follow position. Yeah, meaning that I will lead that movement going in. The question was, is it the follower that goes or the leader that goes?
Or 50-50.
It depends, right? It depends on how I lead that movement. It could be only me, or the follower take a very small step. It could be only the follower, or it could be, like you said, 50-50. When we BW it now, I think it's a little bit more me and maybe 30% you, 70% me, something like that. I wouldn't pay too much attention right now about the distance. I will think more about the connection.
But I would still do like both move, not like one person moves only. So I would still try to have both people moving in.
Yeah, if you're going to do one
More
version.
or less 50-50. Yes, it can be like 40-60 or 65 and 30.
Typically,
25.
I think if I would teach you one version, I would probably be the one that goes in because I initiate it, which means that I take the biggest step. But most importantly is the connection. If you don't have a partner, try to do different versions. You can stand as a follower, don't move at all, or move just so you get used to different kind of footprint. So now we have to move on. It's good that you ask questions. We'll take as many as possible, but we might not be able to take all. It depends. So,
if we're not answering them, then we will answer in the written form.
Yeah.
Alex is saying something else.
5, 6, 7,
Another
quick, slow, quick, hold, step, quick, slow. This is what we're going to do now. So instead of having this connection here, we're going to have, sorry, this is better angle. Instead of this connection here, we're going to have this connection.
So it's going to be followers right, leaders left.
Remember what we talked about when we did the lollies. Remember that we talked about opening up the hand.
Yeah, and creating the stretch feeling, yes. Still holding with the fingers, so fingers engaged.
So this is a movement away from each other. Let's try this together with us, yeah? So it's like pretending you're doing a lolly and you step away in the lolly. And while you step away, the hand stays in the center, but our bodies move. So, and away, and away.
If you're dancing by yourself, then you can hold on to the chair or like this, so that you can feel the stretch, or maybe you're holding on to door handle. Actually, is it good to hold on to?
I actually tried this the other day. Let's say
This is the door handle.
this is the door handle. So I put it and I use a towel, right?
Yeah.
So I could tie it up, I can hold it.
And then shoo up, so that you can feel. Connect something to the door frame, like a piece of fabric or like a rubber band or whatever you have, so that you can feel a little bit of stretch that you get when you dance with a human being.
Yeah. Good. So let's go back. So we have quick, slow. Now we're going to let go of leaders right. Quick, stretch. And we have this position. Right up. Together with us. 5, 6, 7, and quick, quick, slow, let go, quick,
quick stretch.
how about that? 5, 6, 7, and quick, quick, slow, let go, quick, quick, stretch.
If you're dancing by yourself, this is the follow footwork. It's going to look like this. Starting with the right, rotating to your right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Quick, quick, slow, and then quick, quick tap. And this is where I connect to my right and tap with my left. Yeah. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick tap.
So the footwork here is the same as in the pop drum. It's exactly the same footwork. The big difference here is that we travel a little bit more away from each other because we are further away from each other in this position. Okay? So look again. When I go quick, quick, slow, when I'm going to move away here, quick, quick, hold, or stretch. Yeah? I'm going to move with a bigger step away. So that means that you as a follower, you will also move away from our center being the handhold, equally much. So mirror that position. So for the leaders, if you look at the footwork only, with a little bit more movement away, we have 1, 2, 3, move away. So we still keep the rotation, but we also move away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I add a lot of rotation, still, I will change my footwork. In that respect, I will stay a little bit behind with my right. So quick, quick, slow, quick, quick stretch. Good. So for the followers, the same position here. You want to show the followers?
Yeah.
Moving away and then move on. So the same footwork, but with a little bit more flatness from the center.
5, 6, 7, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick tap. Yes, well, this is just like that.
So as you move away, you want to keep rotating through those steps. You see one more time? 5, 6, 7, and move up, move away. Awesome. So
And then the exit from here,
from the exit from this position,
the same as from the pop turn. Yes, so we're gonna redirect to our left shoulder for the follows.
should quick,
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 slow.
yeah. One more time. We have 7 move forward,
Quick, quick, slow.
and the bigger distance we have in relation to each other will require that we travel a little more. Good.
So one more time, full thing now. Yes, we.
I wanted to mention
follows.
one more thing here. This position, what is a nice way to, if you practice this, is just to continue the same way as we did with the lollies here. Do the same thing with this hand. So you just practice a little bit of a stretch, and when you feel like it, 7, 8, quick, quick, slow. You can release it.
So the full footwork, if you're dancing, or the full figure if you're dancing solo, for the follows, will look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, tap step. Quick, quick, slow. Yeah. So first I was rotating to my right shoulder. Then after the tap, I redirected and rotated to my turned to my left shoulder.
Okay.
One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, tap step. Quick, quick, slow. Yeah.
About the music?
Yeah. Who was the last song that was it by?
The last song we played was not with Naomi and her handsome devils.
The next one?
The next one's going to be Cheek to Cheek with Jonathan Stout. It's coming up now.
Heaven the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. And I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Now dance with me, I want my arms about you, the charms about you will carry me through heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
We're back. We had a few different questions. One of the questions was about the stretch. Actually, both questions was about the stretch.
Yes. So first question was about I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit. Yes. So does the amount of stretch depend on the music? Yes. If the music is fast, is the stretch stronger, and when the music is slower, the stretch becomes less strong. So the answer is, of course, the amount of stretch changes with the music, but it actually depends on how fast you dance, and of course how fast you dance depends on the music. So when we dance to faster music, everything becomes just smaller, shorter, and the stretches are a little bit stronger. But when the music is a little bit more chill and we move more slowly, then of course the stretches become a little bit lighter. Yes, so that would be the general answer to this question. So the amount of stretch or how strong the stretch feels changes with the type of the music, with the type of you dancing.
So for me, as a leader or as a follower, when I follow, I don't really think about stretch as something I have to have. The stretch comes as a consequence. So I will encourage you to, when you practice this kind of movement with different tempos, see how relaxed, how little stretch can you have and still make it work, for instance.
Yeah, of course, we don't add like, okay, now I'm gonna like stretch away like crazy, or I'm gonna stretch away like as light as possible. I don't think like that. I just, because I move faster and everything is smaller and tighter, then the stretches also become naturally different, yes, stronger.
There's a general issue, I think, at least from my point of view, I think you'll have different answers from different teachers.
And
like
then,
always, just when I finish, is that I think that people over-focus a little bit too much on stretch. So we have a second question. I would like to answer that. If you want to have to say more, okay. So the second question was about, remind me, Alex. Oh, that's it.
On what foot?
Yes, where is my weight when I stretch, yeah? So in this position here, this is my 7 here, and I will be on my left. Yeah?
and for the follow, since we're talking about this moment, it will be my weight on my right, and then I'm tapping with my left.
So my 8 move forward, and that's the release. But the 7 is the point where we are furthest away from each other. Okay.
Do we have any more questions, Alex?
We'll take that
We
up.
should move on. It's a little bit too many questions now. We don't have time. So we are going to play with a footwork. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's a footwork for the followers.
Yes, I'm gonna take this moment by myself and teach the follows this footwork. If you're a leader, you can still learn it or just practice what Andreas was talking about, the stretches and the footwork. Yeah. So follows. The variation I'm going to show you is going to happen on count 1, 2, and this is the sweep variation. So what I do here, I put my weight to my left, and then once I rotate to my left, I sweep my right leg around. So put your weight onto your left, and then sweep with the right while rotating. One more time, all the way to your left, and then sweep around. And while I'm sweeping around, it's important to keep the rhythm and to keep pulsing through, yeah? So, left and shoot, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, I'm really making sure that I keep this pulse going on, yeah? If I want to put it in a bigger context, this footwork, starting at count 7, which is the stretch, 7, 8, this is the prep, then I'm going to sweep around, and on count 3, I transfer the weight to my right. So one more time, together with me, 7 with the left, 8, weight on your left, 1, 2, sweep, 3, change the weight to your right. One more time, 5, 6, 7, 8, sweep, and 3. It's a very sticky floor here. But one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweep and down. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yes, and the 3, I'm on my right, and then I'm ready to go quick slow, the second part of the come around. With the leader, it will look like this. If I just do it 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pulse, pulse, down. That's a sticky floor.
Yeah, it's a sticky floor. So what I can feel from Olga here as well is that when we connect here on 1, Olga is continuing into the 2, which means that it's very easy for me to lead you.
What do you mean continue into the
The momentum is going in opposite direction from me. So when we're here, 5, 6, 7, it's like you have a magnet in your hand. Yeah? the magnet in your back connect with the magnet in my right hand. Yeah? So
actually, that is very helpful to when the leader starts connecting to your back. Actually, can kind of respond to these connections, and it also good for my balance because look what I'm doing. I'm standing with all the weight on one foot and pulsing through and sweeping. So it's actually good to have a hand on my back to feel a little bit more balanced. Even though I'm not leaning into, I'm not like sinking into my leader's back. I'm just showing like a little bit of response that I'm there with my leader's hand without sinking into the hand. Yes?
okay, so we're gonna do the same thing with the levers now at footwork. So we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna go with a kick on 1, 2, 3. So one time, 5, 6, 7, 8, kick and in. 5, 6, 7, 8, kick and in. So it's a little bit of a stand on your right, and you can sweep this and use that to turn yourself a little bit. Sweep and in. Number 5. Sweep and in. 5 minutes. 7, 8. Sweep and in. Keep a little bit of the pulsing feeling when you do it. Make sure that you don't go too much up. This is going to make your balance a little bit less good. So I'm going to use Olga here. We're going to do the lamp post exercise. I call it the lamp post. I'm going to go here.
Yeah. If you don't have a lamp post in your apartment, which I doubt you do, you can use probably the door frame. Chair is a little bit tricky because the chair moves. Something more solid like a door frame or a corner.
Unless it's a heavy chair.
Unless it's a heavy chair. Or this chair nails to the
So this is good to do if you are a couple as well. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on 1, 2, 3. So you can see here that when I connect with you, you can feel this. You can feel the stretch, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So this position here, if we do it together, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. This side here, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So you notice here, the only difference I do, since I take away step, I have no step on 1 anymore. I will do my 8 slightly bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. So one more time, this variation for the follows will be on count 1, 2. Yes. 7, 8. 1, 2, and I need to make sure to pulse through, to pivot through, and then to transfer on 3. Yeah.
With music.
Just a little bit south of North Carolina, that's where I long to be. In a little brown shack in South Carolina, someone waits for me. In each letter he says, the weather's fine, the folks are doing great. The garden looks grand and the red rose vine is clinging through the gate. Just a little little bit south of North Carolina. That's where my thoughts all stray, to the one I love best in South Carolina. I'm going back someday. I can hardly wait to see the face of the one that I idolize. Just a little bit south of North Carolina, I'll find paradise.
Ready? Yes. Now we're on. So we're back. Good job, everyone. We had a few questions about the footwork we did.
For the follows.
And for the leaders.
For the leaders. So I'm going to take the first question. The first question was about how to keep the balance while I'm doing this footwork. What would be the tips? And one of the tips is actually bend your knee a little bit. So when you do this variation, 7, 8, Andres, can I be a picture? Yes, maybe you can stand.
Do the same thing, but it's the same for the leaders and the followers.
Yes. So 7, 8. Here, once I have all my weight on my left, I bend my knee a little bit. In this case, I can control my balance a little bit better. Yes, with a bent knee. And then actually pulsing through, like really making sure I keep this pulse helps a lot and me to be more balanced. Yeah. And another tip to be more balanced is to use the other leg. So when you're sweeping, you can have different amount of contact with the floor. It can be a little bit more friction, a little bit less friction. So you can, if you have more friction with the floor, you can use this to balance yourself out. So shoe, and I can, when I sweep, I can use it like maybe like 10% of my weight on the sweeping leg, so that I balance myself out. Shoe, yes, and then bending, yes, pulsing, and then using the other leg to balance yourself out. That are the 3 main tips about the balance.
And another really good tip here is to keep your posture straight. We see some of you when you practice that you lean forward, and that's going to make it harder. So really make sure that when you have a pivot, that you stay straight.
Yes. Yes, and then another question was about the weight. Yes, where is my weight? So primarily is my weight on my left when I do this variation, and it's more on the front part of my foot. Yes, because that helps me to pivot. Yes, pivoting always happens when I have slightly more weight on the front part of my foot. This is a very sticky floor, so pivoting is really hard. But I'm still trying to do that. Yeah. So keeping more weight on the front part of the foot, like almost 90, I don't know, percent, 95%, and a little bit of weight here on a sweep leg for support, extra support.
And obviously it's the same for the leaders and the followers here. I also, all of the things what I just said is the same. We also had a question about the arms when we do the posture in this position here. Or you spell out here what happens with your arm, with this arm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. This arm, when I turn, yeah, is that the question? Yes, as I said, when I turn, I try to keep it on the same level, and then the end of the turn, once I feel my leader is picking me up, I readjust with my left. So watch one more time, shoot up, I readjust. So let's do the different angles people see. So shoot, up, and readjust. Yeah.
You do sometimes let it go a little bit into the stomach, but try to keep it not so much around this, a little bit of distance from your body.
Yes.
Huh?
Just don't do that.
Yeah, well, no, we're not really like forcing our elbows to our body, no. It's relaxed, our elbows point into the floor, but they were not like squeezing them against our body. It's very relaxed, just like, you know what you can do as an exercise, stand in a relaxed way, like drop everything, and then just like a robot or dinosaur like this. Yeah, so that would be like a good relaxed way, without raising your elbows or raising your shoulders. Yes,
if you add any like tension in your arms, like holding it or like that, try to relax them and try to put a little bit of rhythm in your arms. So when you dance, you have the feeling that it's moving, because that's usually a guarantee that you also keep the arms.
Yes.
So we have 8 minutes left.
I just wanted to mention.
Can we you want to add that?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that this variation can be done in any type of throwout. It can be pop turn or the normal right to left, stretching throughout. So anything goes. Yes, this variation is very universal.
One more song.
You're just about right for me. You absolutely suit me to a T. You fit to the letter, you couldn't be better. You're just about right for me. I never thought that I would see a person with your personality. The line that you hand out to me is a standout. You're just about right for me. From your head to your toes, they didn't leave out one detail. And your eyes and your nose kinda looks like Cupid's been reading my mail. It's just about time for me to tell you what your future's gonna be. I'm looking to go steady, so honey, get ready. You're just about right for me. To your toes, they didn't leave out one detail. And your eyes and your nose kinda looks like Cupid's been reading my mail. It's just about time for me to tell you what your future's gonna be. I'm looking to go steady, so honey, get ready. You're just about right for me.
Something say.
What? Unmute. I'm good. You hear me?
Yes.
All right.
We're back.
Do that.
Good job.
Yeah. So we have just a few more minutes. We just wanted to summarize a few on the most important thing and do one more song for you to practice. Yeah. So we've been working on throwouts, right? And we basically did it from a come around, quick, slow. We start with a pop-front connection, meaning that you go on the left. Yeah. We can continue as a practice. I wouldn't really do this in a social setting. We can continue here, 7, 8, quick, slow. Or, and then we change the arms about 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. This one
Went
is
to a more distance and stretching today.
Make sure though, we didn't mention that, but I wanted to add it, that when we meet each other away from each other here, I'm moving away from the center instead of pushing you out. So both followers need to make sure that there's no compression here as a preparation for moving away. We just move away. Yeah. So 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You can also continue here just to work a little bit on the stretch. Open up.
Yeah. Yeah, we see you're being very creative. Some of you really using pieces of fabric to like tying it up to something and then using it to feel a stretch, or using some objects in your house to also hold on to something. Super creative. Yes.
Catch project. Already on 1, we catch. On 2, we have a more stretchy out and in after. The arm adjustment for the follower.
Yes, generally speaking, for the follows, it's a lot about awareness of your arms. So where your arms are, yes, how you keep them, how relaxed they are, when you adjust your arms, yes, when you actually let your arm continue the momentum, yes, and you create a certain shape. So yeah, it's a lot about the arms for the follows. And we did the footwork variation both for the leaders and follows. It's like a sweep.
You can do this in pop variation of the follow, or even basic version. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, keeping you there. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Yes. I was watching some of the follows to do this variation. Just one little comment about the way you do it. Don't be afraid to add, to connect with the flow when you do the sweep. So add a little bit more friction, because the more friction you can add, the more you can balance yourself out. Yeah. So I'm really sometimes maybe putting even more than 5%, 10%, or 15% more when I sweep around. Yes, almost it feels like I'm breaking, like stopping myself on this rotation. Yeah, and I think I'm also using a little bit more the side part of my foot when I am sweeping. So it's like that. You can see a little bit like that. Shoot.
The silent choice.
Sure. Yes. Speaking about the shape of your sweep, I don't know if there was such a question, but just to foresee questions, it becomes more like an oval shape. I go shoe and then oval. So it's actually not to disturb my leader's footwork. Yeah. So it's going to be like shoe and then shoe. Yeah. So it becomes more like a long oval. Yeah. So shoe and shoe.
We need to move on now. We're going to say goodbye for now and put on a song. So you have one more song to practice, and we're going to be back in exactly 10 more minutes for the next class. So really good job.